It is a relationship that spans across 5 decades. However, in the words of Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, those ties have taken on new pedestals since 1994. The Secretary General and Minister for Presidential Affairs and the Civil Service, Momodou Sabally, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs are in Moscow as special envoys of President Germany. The delegation was received in audience by the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, and they held successful deliberations in all aspects of the bilateral relations between the two countries from 1994 to date.
Уважаемый господин министр, мы рады приветствовать делегацию Республики Гамбия в Москве.
Dear Mr. Minister, we are glad to welcome the delegation of the Republic of Gambia in Moscow.
У нас давние, проверенные временем отношения. Мы ценим наше сотрудничество и в будущем году будем отмечать 50-летие установления наших дипломатических отношений, которое состоялось в 1965 году прошлого века.
We highly appreciate our long-lasting relations, and next year we are going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of our diplomatic relations, which were established in 1965.
С тех пор все эти годы наши отношения развивались устойчиво, на основе взаимного уважения, и в их основе лежит близость взглядов на вопросы международных и региональных отношений.
And since then, our relations have been developing on a stable basis and on mutual respect, which is determined by proximity of our views on regional and international agenda.
Как и в годы борьбы Африки за деколонизацию, мы заинтересованы в том, чтобы ваш континент становился более самостоятельным, активнее развивал свою экономическую базу, богатейшие природные ресурсы и становился важной опорой многополярного мира, который сейчас объективно формируется.
As well as in the years of fight of Africa for decolonization, now we are also interested in your continent becoming more independent, developing more actively its economic basis, its natural resources, and becoming a basis for a multipolar world.
Мы хотим, чтобы наша политическая близость, хороший диалог на разных уровнях подкреплялся наращиванием торгово-экономического сотрудничества.
We want to increase our economic and commercial cooperation, which is based on our political dialogue.
Насколько я понимаю, эти вопросы будут обсуждаться и в ходе вашего пребывания в Москве.
As far as I understand, we are going to discuss these issues during your stay in Moscow.
Наша компания заинтересована в сотрудничестве вместе со своими партнерами из Гамбии на целом ряде направлений, включая освоение углеводородов на гамбийском шельфе, сотрудничество в сфере рыболовства, туризм, очень перспективная область.
Our companies are interested in cooperating in a number of spheres, including development of hydrocarbons on the Gambian continental shelf, fishery, and tourism is also a very promising sphere.
Наши отношения включают такую важную сферу, как образование. За многие годы сотрудничества в нашей стране получили образование сотни гамбийцев, и сейчас несколько десятков граждан вашей страны обучаются в российских вузах. Мы хотим и эту область всячески активизировать.
And another important element of our relations is education, and it is very important for us. Hundreds of Gambians have received education in Russia, and right now dozens of Gambians are receiving their education in Russia, and we want to activate this sphere.
В целом мы высоко ценим визит вашей делегации, вас как министра по делам президентства с участием министра иностранных дел Республики Гамбия. Усматриваем в этом визите взаимный настрой на углубление наших связей и будем искать конкретные пути для того, чтобы двигаться в этом направлении.
We highly appreciate your visit, you Minister for Presidential Affairs of your delegation, Minister for Foreign Affairs, and we are going to explore the ways of strengthening our ties and the ways of making them better and improving them.
Speaking earlier, the Secretary General and Minister for Presidential Affairs, Honourable Momodou Sabally, highlighted the long-standing partnership between Banjul and Moscow, particularly in the past 20 years.
Thank you, Excellency. We are very glad with the warm welcome we have received, because I am here as an envoy of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya A.J.J. Jammeh, accompanied by the Honourable Foreign Minister and Minister of International Cooperation. I took note of your statements, which are very inspiring. The fact that Russia has had a strong presence on the African continent, and you played a fundamental role in the liberation, the political liberation of Africa, a fact that is very much appreciated by the Gambia, especially by our president. The Gambia may be a small country in terms of land and population size, but we've had a very active role in the international community, including enjoying the presidency of the UN Security Council in the late 90s. And we've also been chairperson of the African Union Peace and Security Council, added to the strategic location of the country, and knowing very well the role that Russia has played in the liberation of the continent. We are offering ourselves as a platform for a more active role for Russia, given the fact that Africa is now regarded as the new frontier in terms of global economic activity, to make sure that Russia, which has been a partner in the past when it was difficult, becomes an even more significant partner as African countries begin the process of exploiting their natural resources in a more significant way and transforming the socio-economic situation on the continent. I bring a special message of gratitude and appreciation from His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia for the role that Russia has been playing on Africa and the African continent, because my president is a very strong Pan-Africanist. And I noticed in your statement that you mentioned the concept of mutual respect in relationships, a concept that the Gambia has been very much strongly advocating in the current international setup. And this is the kind of relationship that we value, and this is part of the reasons why we are here. We have a very strong tourism industry. We are well endowed with enormous fisheries resources and other hydrocarbons. And in our search for credible and reliable partners, we believe that we could not have better strategic partners than Russia. That is part of the reason we are here. And we're looking forward to a very fruitful relationship, and to quote from you again, and based on my president's philosophy, a relationship of mutual understanding, mutual respect for all the parties, and the shared values that we enjoy. We have enjoyed a lot of support from you, to wit, the earliest scholars in the Gambia, especially our doctors, surgeons in the medical field, were trained here in Russia, and mainly as grants towards our socio-economic development. Even still, currently, we have Gambian students in Russia. We've enjoyed a lot of support and cooperation from you. We bring that message of gratitude and look forward to an engagement that would be even more mutually beneficial. And we thank you again for receiving us on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia. Thank you.
Мы также получаем поддержку в сфере обучения кадров, например, медиков. И даже сейчас некоторые студенты из Гамбии обучаются в России. Мы хотим поблагодарить вас за это и надеемся на еще более плодотворное сотрудничество в этой сфере. Благодарю вас за ваш прием. Спасибо.
Рады вас видеть, и давайте продолжим нашу беседу.
I'm glad to see you, and let's continue our talks.
Thank you.
Russia Foreign Minister Lavrov also added will further deepen its involvement in the Gambia's booming tourism industry, fishing and education sectors. This visit by a high-level Gambian government delegation to Moscow will further strengthen ties between Banjul and Moscow. For JRTS News, this is Babukar Sengwa.